On the 24th of November 1971, a Northwest Orient Airlines flight took off from Portland heading to Seattle with 36 passengers and 6 crew members. Among them was a man who became one of America's greatest mysteries, D.B. Cooper. He looked like a businessman in a suit, white shirt, and black pants, about 40 to 45 years old, sitting in the last row, seat 180. Soon after takeoff, he gave a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner, who thought it was just flirting until he told her to read it. The note said he had a bomb in his briefcase and asked her to sit beside him. When she sat down, he showed her the case with red cylinders, wires, and a battery. He demanded $200,000 in cash for parachutes and a fuel truck ready when they landed, warning not to try anything or he would blow up the plane. The crew quietly informed the pilots, but passengers were told only that there were technical delays. The airline president, Donald Nairop, decided to fully cooperate to avoid panic and protect the company's reputation, so the plane circled Seattle for 3 hours while money and parachutes were arranged. At 5:46 p.m. the plane landed, and Cooper received the ransom and parachutes in exchange for letting passengers and most crew leave, keeping only Tina Mucklow with the pilots. The plane took off again toward Mexico City at low altitude and slow speed as Cooper instructed. Later, he told Tina to lock herself in the cockpit. At 8:13 p.m., a warning light showed the rear staircase had been opened, and Cooper jumped into the stormy night with parachutes and the money. When the plane landed in Reno, police searched it and found only his tie with a clip, some torn parachute straps, and 66 unknown fingerprints. There was no Cooper, no bomb, and no money. The FBI investigated for 45 years but never solved the case. Many thought Cooper died because the weather was freezing and dark. His clothes were unsuitable. He carried 10 kilos of cash, and if he landed in a river, hypothermia would have killed him. But later, several copycat hijackers jumped from planes in worse conditions and survived, making it possible Cooper lived too. He also refused parachute instructions, showing he already knew how to use them. The ransom money was in $20 bills with recorded serial numbers, but for years no trace appeared. In 1980, an 8-year-old boy found $5,800 in decayed $20 bills on the Columbia River bank, confirmed as Cooper's money, but nothing else was ever discovered. His tie contained titanium particles used in aircraft manufacturing, suggesting he may have worked in the aerospace industry, possibly Boeing. The FBI considered 800 suspects, seriously focusing on a few like Richard McCoy, who hijacked a plane 5 months later in the same way but was caught and killed after a prison escape, and Robert Rackstraw, a Vietnam veteran with a criminal record whose face matched sketches, though no evidence proved it. Even today no one knows who Cooper was or what happened to him. Interestingly, the name D.B. Cooper was actually a mistake. He had given the name Dan Cooper, but a reporter misheard it as D.B., and that name stuck. To this day, Cooper remains a legend, the only airplane hijacker in U.S. history who vanished without being caught.